All right, and we are live. Hello, everybody. How are you? How is everyone doing? We are here for another live stream. Right in and gathering of morons. Us, not you. I mean, you can be morons if you want to be morons, but like, I'm not gonna name you morons. So yeah. We are about to do some writing sprints, but we're going to check in first and introduce ourselves, and then I will run through our comment section. You can hear my husband's phone. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear a thing.
No, he's got the D&D Beyond like theme song as his ringer, and it's loud as hell. But we ordered pizza, so it's worth it. CJ, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself first?
Hello, I'm CJ Boyer, and I'm a writer of things, and I am working on organizing my notes for some fantasy novels that I'm working on.
Awesome. And Morgan?
Hi, I'm Morgan Hazelwood. I'm a blogger, vlogger, and querying writer, and I just finished running social media for a virtual sci-fi fantasy convention that was last weekend. Most of the stuff's going to be going up on YouTube once we get it closed captioned, but that means I'm finally back to writing again. Yay! I was looking at an anthology, and so I'm going to be doing some research about what sort of things they like, and trying to decide where I want to go with my story that isn't necessarily what's expected.
Awesome. Okay. And I am Sarah Scharnever, and this is my channel, and I am going to work on this new story that I started that I haven't worked on in like 4 or 5 days. I hit some sort of milestone, and then I was like, oh look, a squirrel. What was it? I can't see around my microphone. Where's the word count on this bitch? Hold on. It doesn't want to tell me. It's none of my frickin' business, apparently. Okay, that's really weird.
You're being too nosy.
The word count isn't just showing up on the bottom in Word. It's very weird. 15,000, that's what I broke.
Oh, nice.
So, and then I got distracted. So, what you gonna do? Anywho's, so let me pop through this chat here and see who I can see. My microphone is kind of in the way, so I'm doing my best, y'all. Destiny is here. Jeannie, Eva, welcome, and thank you guys for being so early. Elizabeth Fairfax was early as well. Camille popped in all early and asked people to hit the like button and share it, which was wonderful. Thank you, Camille. Laurel Webb is here. Welcome, welcome. Barbara Howard. Send Seriousness is here. Hello. Alley Cat 107. And Renee Ann House. And then also my lovely co-hosts are also in the comments doing the double duty. So, yes, the backdrop is a reference, technically. Yeah, it's Coming to America. It's not a reference for a reason. It's a reference because I happened to have a picture of McDowell's, and I enjoy Coming to America, so McDowell's. So, there you go. Shelby
movie.
writes, hello. What'd you say?
I said great movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, I happened to have the picture, and I was like, hey, I could totally use that. That's ridiculous. So.
Because their buns don't have seeds.
Their buns don't have seeds. That's an accurate portrayal. So, yeah. Yep, so that's why that's there. Anywho's it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out today. We are going to do some sprints, and we will, we have a question up on the screen, and I'll switch that out during our sprints. So if you want to answer that question in the comments, that would be great. Yes, they are coming out with a Coming to America 2 in theory. I don't know where they were at when everybody was sent home from everything, ever. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
A wild Tamara has appeared.
Yes, a wild Tamara has appeared. She is wild.
And Wiley.
Yes.
That's a good word. I like that word.
Me too. It's pretty solid.
It reminds me of that dude from college whose last name is Wiley. So, yeah, that's... I have strange associations. I associate all kinds of things in weird ways. So, yeah. Anywho's it. So if you guys want to answer that question during the first sprint, and then we'll answer it in between. Let me turn on this clock. Oh, in full screen, no less. That was an exciting moment. I wonder what that looked like. So yeah, and then we do 15-minute sprints here for anyone who is new or has forgotten. Making sure it's showing up, but it's not up yet because we're really lagging tonight. Lagging! But it's showing up on my OBS, so I'm going to assume it's right. There we go.
Why is it the end of May already?
I don't know. I don't know how things happen.
You go in your house, you close the door, and when you open it, it's summer.
Mm-hmm.
That does feel like what's happened.
Yeah. Although I do go to work twice a day, so.
Twice?
Yeah, I go in
Twice?
and I unlock the door for the mail person, and then I come home and I work from home, and then I go back in and I go through the mail and lock it back up. There's like a foyer that the mail person comes in and drops the mail off in, so we don't have to. Like, so it's not like an open office, but we don't leave the foyer open overnight, or somebody's going to come sleep in there.
Right.
And then I'll piss my pants when I get to work. So.
And they might too.
Word.
And that's
Dana
what you
is
don't
here.
want to clean up.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, that usually comes with, like, left a dump. So Dana's here. Hello, Dana. Yes, McDowell's. So, why don't we go ahead and get this sprint rolling in 3, 2, 1, do it! is our alarm. Hello to everyone who showed up. I think it was just Mr. Vlandis. Oh, and Elsie Clements. So welcome both of you. Oh, how did everybody do? I didn't get anything done, but I did eat dinner.
I ate dinner as well and read some of the world setting for the anthology I'm looking into.
That sounds like fun. I have to do some math.
Woohoo!
Nobody likes that.
Okay, that's not true. I have this game I play with my students that, so I have these flashcards, and then I have a bunch of, they get 2 D4s and 4 D20s.
Oh, nice.
They roll the 2 D4s, and whatever number comes up, like whatever the total number is, that's how many D20s they roll.
Oh, nice.
And then whatever the total number is of the D20s rolled, that's the number of the card that they then have to tell me what it is. And some of my students are like, oh, let's play the dice game. And that is like their favorite thing ever. Like, I have games on my phone for them to play. I have games on my tablet for them. No, they want to play the dice game. It is their favorite thing. So
They're going to grow up to be gamers.
I'm hoping so. I got 281.
Awesome.
Nice.
Barbara got 366, and Seriousness got 400. Tamara is now on chapter 6. Yay! I had pizza. Unfortunately, all of the toppings were missing off of one of the pieces. I think they had fallen off, but I was annoyed.
That's lame.
Jeannie is fixing dinner, hoping to get some sprints in soon. Laurel didn't get any words, but got set up for work and drink coffee. I did read where I'm at, so hopefully the next sprint I can actually hop in. Renee got 150 words, coffee to help with the tireds. Streamed far too late last night with Chaos Crew and baby cuddles. That'll happen. Erin Lee is here. Hello and welcome.
Yay.
Oh, and Trinda. Welcome. So we have a couple answers to the question. Let's see where they started. I think we started with Barbara. The zero draft, where it's just free-flowing stream of consciousness writing. Yeah, that's my favorite, is just writing. Like, that's my favorite part. Renee's feels the same way. I am also a discovery writer. Michael hit the like button. Thank you, Michael.
Yay.
Laurel, the shiny new idea stage before things have a chance to go wrong. Word.
I feel that. Yep.
Tamara
In
also
my
likes
heart.
drafting. Yeah. Destiny likes the planning process. I feel the idea building into something even before the drafting step. I don't plan, so that's a...
I plant. I do, like, I think I'm going there, and I might go this way, and then I ignore it until I get stuck.
That's fair.
I like plotting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like world building, but I think my favorite part of writing is usually I run across this when I'm editing, but sometimes when I'm writing, when you just get to this point and you realize the reason the character is here doing this is because of world building and characterization, and of course it was inevitable that this was what they were always going to have to do in this situation. And just like when everything comes together. So the serendipitous moments, those are why I write those.
Yep. Elsie Clements likes the world building process. Because I'm a pantser, there's not much building for me. Like, that's not a thing.
I do fantasy, so I'm all about the world building.
I don't know that that's necessarily true, Sarah. I think that having read your stuff, I do think that you do world building, but I think it's because you don't plot. it happens as a
side product.
not even a side product, but like as a natural part of your story building.
Yeah, I can see
Does that
that.
make sense? Like, and it may happen on the other end when you're editing rather than at the front end. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Shelby's favorite part is when the story goes through enough edits and changes to finally get good. Dana likes editing. Oh, Dana. I'm so jealous.
She would.
I'm so jealous.
we judge you, Dana, and we are jealous.
I like everything when it's going well.
Editing is very tedious to me.
And never ends.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. So, all right. I think we're gonna get ready for the next sprint. I'm gonna pop up the next question. Boop.
What is the next question?
That's a good question. I won't know till it tells me. I gotta transition it like a jackass. Which part of the writing process do you find most difficult? So, I think I just outed myself already. So we're going to do another 15-minute sprint. Let's get some words in or some edits or whatever you're doing. Pet your cat. I don't care what you do with it, but we're going to spend 15 minutes doing it. All right. In 3, 2, 1, move your ass. Ta-da! We done! Hooray!
Yay!
All right. Key wandered in while we were doing our little whatchamajigger. Whatever we're doing. I don't know what it is. Writing. That's what we're doing.
Sprint.
That's what you call them. I don't know nothing. Anyway, Tamara asked how my ears are. My right ear, I think, is just always has fluid in it. And so wearing headphones always sucks, but meh. I'm used to it at this point, I guess. I did a magic trick. Yeah, I have a slide cover. And if you're in Zoom, it just keeps the background up because I'm not using a green screen. I'm using the auto thing, so. Eva is waiting for... Oh, you hate waiting for reader feedback. Fair enough. Key said finishing editing. That's hard to have... I have a hard time saying enough. It's as close as it can get to done from here. It's just diminishing returns. Yeah, that's a problem. And it looks like Tamara and Renee both agree that editing... and it just keeps going and going. There's always more to fix. So yeah. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so.
I got 60 words written, and I'll be honest, I would say editing as well, but I think my actual thing that I hate the most is finishing a story before I start editing. Like, I really struggle with that.
I don't know what I got because somehow my tracker is off.
I got 36 words.
That's what my tracker says.
I finished reading the prep material and got a sentence, well, 2 sentences.
Oh, so. I know why that is. I have to do a lot of math, actually. I think I can figure it out.
Oh, well, you are doing math. I got 60 words and then had to go do some research. I need a term for political divisions of, like, okay, here in the States, we have, national, and then you have states, and then you have counties, and then you have cities. There's some places that have provinces. And so I'm trying to, I have provinces. I need to divide those up into smaller political units.
Some places have dioceses, or those tend to be religious or leftover from Catholic
divisions. Right.
Yeah,
actually,
and
that might work.
Louisiana uses parish.
Yeah.
I don't know that any other states do, but I know that's what they use.
Yeah.
That actually is very helpful.
For me, my least favorite is whatever stage I've been in for more than 2 weeks.
That's fair.
Because, that first week or two, you've got the momentum, and then it's like, will this ever end?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. No, it won't. Ever end.
It goes on forever.
Well,
Jeannie
now
said
I have
principalities.
4 projects I'm juggling, so all of them are at that stage.
Yeah. Yeah, my writing's going slow. I got 174. That's very slow for me. So
you guys are so helpful.
Let's see here.
Some people suggested parishes, principalities, counties, and regional municipalities, districts.
Yeah, I thought about districts. I hesitate to use it since that's a really big part of the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
yeah. Could use it in conjunction with something else.
Yeah.
Elsie got 252. Barbara got 188 and then got distracted by Twitter. Key wants chili and corn chips so bad and has neither. That sucks.
Oh no.
Renee ate breaky? What?
Brekkie, breakfast.
Oh,
It's a slang.
I've never seen that before. There you go. Um, Elsie said, I hate that I have to change some personalities in my main characters to make the story flow better. Yeah. Tamara's working on chapter 6 and had a moment where she added a clue at the beginning and it felt good. Woot woot!
Nice.
Sen Seriousness got 330. Shelby's least favorite part is dealing with doubt, always feeling like my work isn't good enough. Yeah, that's no good. Sen Seriousness said writing what comes after the climax is the most difficult for me at the moment. Everything feels flat. I can see that too. Alley Cat got 37 words while editing. Aaron got 180. Key edited stuff. Eva said sectors.
Dawdling Rider
Reynolds.
is getting a root beer float, and I want one. You should bring me one too.
I do not like them.
That's because you're bad.
No, I'm not. I'm super happy about it. Anywho's it. Alright, so yeah. So my least favorite part is editing. I just feel like it's incredibly tedious. Yeah, Jeannie said knowing when to stop polishing. Yeah, that's the thing is like, there's always more to do. I could just keep going. I could go forever.
Yeah. In my day job, I'm a software engineer. And when it compiles and does what the requirements say, it's done and you can pass it off. But writing is just so subjective, and what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another person, and there is no endpoint except for I can't friggin' deal with this anymore. Go away.
Yeah. Barbara said tying up all the loose ends for mystery. And I don't write mystery, but I would assume that would be. I definitely have, like, gone back through a story and been like, okay, I need to make sure I didn't forget anybody. Leave anyone back in a desert somewhere.
Yeah, I find getting the right ending so that it rings true and like brings through the theme of the story and just, the reader is satisfied even if they're not happy when they get to that end point is really, really, really hard and can take a lot of tries, but I don't necessarily hate it. It just doesn't always work.
Yeah. That's fair. All right. Well, why don't we pop up another question, and we'll pop up another sprint. Question number 3. Do you schedule your writing, and what is your writing schedule like if you do? So here we go. Go ahead and get your words in and think about the question. In 3, 2, 1, do the things.
I always do the face.
That is our cue. Dun dun dun. How'd everybody do? Let's see. Leora showed up while we were sprinting. And Persephone. Hello to both of you and welcome. Thank you for coming. How'd everybody do?
I was trying to figure out my calendar.
I realized I don't know what I want to write yet for this anthology thing, so I opened up my big project, and I am refreshing myself because I haven't touched in over a month by running Grammarly on it. So I'm on page 62 because going through the stuff that's already been edited and just seeing what Grammarly spots.
Awesome. I didn't get much. I don't know. I got like 70 words or some shit. I'm having a really hard time focusing. It's been a really heavy week at work because we go back to court next week.
Ooh.
So, and we've been off for 6 weeks now. So it's been like very busy at work. So it's been a lot, which is why I haven't gotten much writing done this week. And then also, my dumbass started going to bed at 7 o'clock at night. So, like, I've already been asleep an hour rest of this week. Now.
Yeah.
So.
That's such a weird, like, shifting your sleep patterns is a weird state to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the bipolarness isn't helping. So yeah, let's go back and see how everybody did, and then we'll look at the questions. Elsie got 265. Yeah. Austin got 69. Haha. Shelby, not so bad, just slow. She's editing. Wendy edited a whole paragraph and then got distracted. Trinda started a new post-apocalyptic short story, Pork and Beans. I'm hoping those are related and that you didn't just, like, state emphatically pork and beans.
I mean, they are tasty.
Trinda is now signing off of everything as pork and beans. Sen Seriousness is just editing. Renee got about 50 words and has been struggling with this scene all week, finally seeing some progress. Yeah, my scene's silly right now. Trinda got 100 words so far. That's awesome. Persephone says you look comfortable, Morgan. And Barbara took a sparkling water break.
Nice. I just found out that a query I helped rewrite got somebody an agent. So if you saw me flailing a minute ago, that's because I was reading that notice.
That's awesome.
That's exciting.
Super excited. And it is a million times easier to write or polish someone else's query than your own. Always.
Truth.
Right up there with, like, writing your own synopsis. If you wanted to write your story in 3 pages, you would have written 3 pages.
Yeah. Trinda said that's the title, Pork and Beans out.
Gotcha.
Nice.
That's funny. Laurel was gonna edit, gonna write, then realized she needed to eat first.
Eating is important.
Yeah. So the answers to the question about schedules. Let's see here. Keep scrolling, bitch. Let's see. Jeannie is at her keyboard nearly 24/7, so it's just writing all the time. Erin has no schedule. Renee has an 11-month-old and works 3 days a week, so schedule is not a thing. Alley Cat doesn't schedule since they have other stuff to do, like school and other stuff they want to do. I write whenever I feel like it and have the motivation to do it when I have the time. Jeannie said, correction, writing is my life. I got what you meant, Jeannie. The Dawdling Writer says I procrastinate and then I work like mad. Does that count as a schedule? In all seriousness, I'm trying to figure out what kind of schedule works best for me. I don't think that's necessarily a unique schedule. Fairly certain that a lot of people have. In fact, my husband keeps that schedule as well. Elizabeth said I like to try for 8 hours a day, but with the kids home, it's like 3 hours. I'm way behind. Hubby works nights and sleeps days, so I have to keep the 3 boys quiet while he sleeps. Yeah, that's a lot. Barbara sets aside 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Jumps on writing sprint streams, weekends if I can. I have a word count goal for the week, so however I can fit it in, I make that goal. Tamara said, sorta. I do the write-ins. I tend to start writing at 8 a.m. or earlier because time zones suck. On Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Cash is on Thursday night. And then Friday I do this one from 2 to 4 p.m. Otherwise it's a crapshoot. Laurel said, my current writing schedule is sometimes I manage to try and write. I think I've been managing about 500 words per week in the past month and trying to figure out an actual schedule someday.
I feel that.
Yeah. Sense Seriousness has been off schedule because of hour changes and moving, but tend to give myself at least 2 hours a day to write or edit. I wish I had more discipline.
I feel like such a slacker.
Mm-hmm. Elizabeth said, I really like Austin's Monday night stream and Sarah's Friday night. I'm partial to Sarah's Friday night, but I also enjoy Austin's Monday night. Dana Monday, Kara Tuesday, Lisa Wednesday, and there are about 8 on Thursday, so that's my 10K day. Yeah, Thursday's real solid. And Friday's getting pretty solid too. So if you guys are looking on Fridays earlier in the day, they're starting to be a pretty solid pattern.
But my life is just too busy. I write mostly on Fridays and Sundays because Monday I have a standing TV date with my bestie. Tuesday is date night. Wednesday I do my vlog and my blog. Thursday I have my voice acting group usually meets up, but occasionally I just take a night for myself. Friday I try and get here. Saturday is house and all sorts of randomness. And then Sunday I finally have time to sit down again.
Yeah, and
I'm considering alienating all of my friends and then just taking all that time to write.
You know what? It's spectacular.
It sounds amazing.
I only have online friends now. I have online friends and then people I work with who I like. You know what I mean? So, like, we talk about work stuff mostly, and I will talk about, like, my real life or whatever, but, like, we mostly talk about work stuff.
Right.
But, like, I don't have people who want to go to the bar with me because we couldn't go to the bar. I can't go to the bar in Hawaii or Des Moines. Or, like, I can't just, like, hop over to the bar real quick. So, you know, as much as I feel like I've heard that you're not real friends if you're just online friends, well, then I got none.
Bullshit.
Lies.
That's all I've got.
Lies.
I think that there are people who function better in person. Like, they feel more comfortable if they're looking directly at you, sitting at the same, sharing a glass of wine, you know, they feel much more comfortable that way.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've found as far as like online friendships is that there are more ways to connect than just being face-to-face. And it's not that face-to-face isn't great. Like, I usually go and visit Sarah twice a year, and so we can spend some FaceTime together. And that didn't happen this year because this whole thing
happened.
Yeah. And I feel like we were talking about this earlier today, that's incredibly disappointing. Like, incredibly. Yeah. But I don't see it like it's not going to end our friendship, or our friendship isn't going to be not as rich because we don't get to be in the same place at the same time. Like that to me, I think is just a cop out.
It's all in how much you're willing to open up and how much, you invest in the relationship, really.
Honestly, one of the things that makes me the saddest about CJ not coming is I'm like, well, she doesn't get to see the cats.
And that really is the saddest part.
The cats don't Zoom call.
No, and they don't care.
No,
yeah,
they don't.
I think my saddest part right now about the whole quarantine thing is my mom got a French bulldog puppy who is 10 and a half, maybe 11 weeks right now, and is like this big. And I want to meet my puppy brother Charlie so bad. I'm obsessed with this dog. You have no clue. So that is like the worst thing. I mean, I can talk to my mom, whatever, but I can't meet this puppy.
Yeah, my permanent address is my parents' address. So my license plates got delivered there, so I had to go pick them up, and my parents and I talked outside. And my mom's holding the dog, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, Maximus, I want to touch you.
I know.
Like, just come here.
Right? My mom lives 2 hours away, so it's hard for me to just swing by and be like, let me look at your dog.
Can you just hold the dog up in the window?
We've been pressuring her, my sister and I, for more pictures of the dog, and she put one up last night, and I was like, thank you for giving us what your fans have been demanding. so yeah, so cute. Oh my goodness.
We got a lot of people talking. I'm missing a lot here. Hold on.
Sorry, I was gushing about a dog.
That's all right. I'm gonna poison Tamara because she's gonna try to make me go to the bar with her.
Okay.
That's the thing that happened.
Oops.
Cache's. Oh, thanks, Cache. I'm a big fan of Coming to America too. I just happen to have a picture of McDowell's. I don't know why. I think I used it in a video one time. I think I said my buns have no seeds on a video one time. I think that's why I had it, but I was like, I can use this as a background. That's brilliant. LC said I work Monday through Friday, 3 hours before work, take weekend breaks for YouTube, podcasting, Twitch streaming, etc. But I'm doing word sprinting live stream starting this weekend. Oh, that's exciting.
Awesome.
Trinda said bars are overrated. Yeah, they are, especially when you're almost 40. Let's see. Renee said I'm in Australia. Most of the streams are in the middle of the night. I sometimes watch reruns when I have the time to write to help with productivity. I do like a good stream rerun if the stream is interesting. Once in a while you get on one and you're like, okay, this just isn't working for me. At least not today.
Right.
And sometimes it is. It's just today, this is not what I need. But watching an old stream is definitely useful on the days when it works. It slaps. Key said the lack of bar and money is why I have a bucket of wine slush in my freezer. I have a box of wine. I just haven't drank any in several days. I don't know why.
Because you've been going to bed at 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I'm off work at 5. I don't have time to drink. People talking about all their online peeps. Yeah, I have 3 human beings that I see in real life outside of my house, in town. One is Tyler, who I've met once, but then we had COVID, and so
right.
He's 12 blocks away, and so I'm sure Tyler and I will eventually actually go for coffee or something, or make videos together or something like that.
I'm too cheap to go to the bar. I have alcohol at my house.
Yeah. Well, and if you're not trying to pick anybody up, then you start or if you're not into I'm not into live music anymore. I did the live music thing a lot. I'm all of my friends are in bands. So I did live music for a very long time, and I'm just tired. So there's not really a lot for me to get out of a bar that I can't get out of my house. So, yeah. I don't know. I lost my train of thought prior to that, but we're cool.
I will say...
No, Maximus does not have a younger sibling named Minimus.
Which is sad.
But we're going to glaze over the sad part here. My mom had to put her dog down today. We knew it was coming. But if she gets another dog to replace that dog, eventually I will tell my father that needs to happen, and then he'll nag her until she gives in because it will amuse him.
Happen.
So,
Yes.
so I will definitely pass that along to my father.
Good night, Wendy. Sleep well.
Oh, I missed Aphrodite's writing schedule. She said I write every day, but I don't have word count goals. I write at least a scene a day.
Oh, wow. Nice.
You know, that's the thing is, like, numbers and stuff are very intimidating for some people. So if you want to have a goal, you don't have to have a number goal. That doesn't have to happen. You absolutely can do something like a scene a day. Or I just need to invest 15 minutes of time. At one point in my life was so busy that I was like, every day you're going to sit down for 15 minutes, you're going to shut your fucking yap, and you're going to write. I don't care what else you do for the rest of the day, but that 15 minutes you're going to shut up and you're going to write. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do mine by number, like, it's not quite as hard.
Oh, bye, Wendy. I'm sorry if I missed you. Sorry.
That's okay. It's not quite as hard and fast as I'm going to write for 15 minutes or I'm going to write for however many. But one of the things that I was, so I'm in this process of like walking away from my 9-to-5 and doing the self-employment, and I started my own business and do that. And I worked a part-time job for a while, and I finally like got to say goodbye to that in December. And so starting in January, I was like, okay, I'm going to start writing every day. And it took me a while to get kind of a
schedule.
Yeah, or like kind of figure out like, how do you structure your days when you don't, like, I used to, even when I had a part-time job, I worked 3 days a week. And so like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I got up at X time, I had breakfast, I got in my car, I went to work, I worked for 4 hours, I came home, I had a snack, I went to my piano lessons. I did that for 4 hours. I came home, I chilled for a bit and went to sleep. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, instead of going to my day job, I stayed home, and in the morning I would run errands, and in the afternoon before my lessons, I would write. And so like that was like structured. But when you don't have like any part-time, like I have lessons in the evening, but I was really struggling with how was I going to structure my day? And so I finally got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm going to write from like, I get up at like 8:30-ish, and I'll write from like 9 to like noon. And then my first lesson doesn't usually start until 3:30, 4:30. It depends on the day, but they don't start until kids start getting off school. So, you know, I would have afternoon to do like other things. And that was working pretty well until, of course, the COVID kind of pinched that a little bit. So the last couple of months I've been trying to figure out, like, juggle all these extra balls. So like I was building a website for my piano studio, and that took so much time. So I've mostly been, I'm with everybody else who's writing during live streams. Like that's been my writing time, is during live streams. And it's, I mean, it's worked. It hasn't been exceptionally productive, but I am writing, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm going to throw up the next question, and then we'll start our last sprint, I believe. It's 8:30, so that makes sense. What do you feel at the end of a productive writing day? So let us know how you feel after you've had a day where you know, writing, editing, whatever. It doesn't have to be specifically writing. But, yeah. So let me know. Yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and do our last sprint. Let's see how much we can get done. In 3, 2, 1, go! And that is time. How did everybody do? I have to take my contacts out, you guys, so if you guys can talk for a minute while I turn my camera off and take my contacts out so people don't have to watch me poking my eyeball.
So I apparently built a document that with notes in Word that has a table of contents where everything is linked to the page. Like,
That's how table of contents work?
Yeah, but I don't remember doing this.
Where it's like hyperlinked?
Yeah, it's hyperlinked to, so
you can generate those. I think there's if you're using headers properly, it'll generate one for you with the links.
Yes.
That's supposed to update the page numbers and stuff.
That's what I did. And I'm just saying that I'm really impressed with myself right now. Not so much myself right now, but myself
because you don't remember doing it.
DJ.
I don't remember doing this at all. This was done, it was last saved in August of 2015. So me 5 years ago, I'm very impressed with myself 5 years ago.
Or even more. It's possible you did it before that even.
That is also possible. That's the
especially since you don't remember doing it.
Right?
So it's sometime in the last 30 years you did that. That's pretty impressive.
Oh my goodness, you guys. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
I finally remembered to update some character names.
Ooh.
I had in square brackets, because nothing else in my writing is square brackets. So when I need to edit stuff, I'll put it in square brackets. Hey, do this thing. So then I can just search on square brackets and make sure they're all gone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like, these are new names because I realized I didn't like the names I had for two of the characters. So I got that fixed. I've changed the names in this story 4 times. So.
Sometimes it's just like that. That's just...
I really struggle with names because I want a fantasy world, but I don't want people to come in being like, oh, that's a French name, so clearly they're going to have that feel. So I want to come up with names that are imaginary but aren't things that sound totally made up. So I took real names and changed a couple of letters and stuff like that. And it's a struggle. I'm really picky about my names, and I don't like any real names in my stories when I'm doing this sort of world building. Because everybody comes in with the preconceptions.
I mean, yeah.
What was our question of the last sprint?
What do you feel at the end of a productive writing day? I'm going to pop through and see what people wrote while you guys are considering that, and then we'll pop up and look. Elsie got 107. Barbara got 305. Leora wrote words. And Tamara smelling a clove cigarette. It's only been a year since I've had a clove, but as soon as I'm comfortable going back in a cigarette store, that might happen. I think they only sell them in 10 packs now.
Weird.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're little 10 packs because Lewis smokes them. A friend of mine, Lewis. Lewis, yes. And so every time I see him, I bum one. I haven't seen him in a while, but I got one off of somebody a while ago. So, Alley Cat took a break and walked around. I should do that. My butt, man. Playing Stardew Valley for a while and then get back into my outline. Okay, so CJ and I have a copy of Stardew Valley, and you can play it together, and neither of us has actually learned how to play it yet.
No, I keep meaning to.
I paid a lot of money for us to have it, and neither of us has done it. And it's not I'm not trying to guilt you. I haven't done it either. And if I was like, hey CJ, we should just get on Stardew Valley and figure out how to play it, I'm sure we would figure out a time to do it. I just don't bring it up either. But yeah, I just think it's funny that and I didn't pay full price for Stardew Valley. I got it on a Humble Bundle, so I didn't pay for both of us to have a copy. I paid essentially for one of us to have a copy, for both of us to have it. So
Cool.
But yeah, like I went and paid for a game specifically because we could play it together, and we still haven't, and it's been 5 months probably.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
It's been a while.
Aphrodite said she caught up on videos she missed. I noticed because you commented on a video of mine. Ha ha ha. Laurel got 103. Not so many, but words count as a win these days. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's see. You can still search through code a lot.
Oh my goodness.
You can tell who has to search through code a lot. Oh yeah. Said seriously, still editing? Yeah, editing is kind of hard to measure unless you're editing for something specific. Key said editing and realized I need to clean up my timeline. Started building a spreadsheet with columns for each character and notes on what happened on each day. Maybe it will help. Let's hope. Renee got through this part of the scene she was stuck on with another 200 words and feeling of getting past the block. Laurel is struggling with fantasy names.
And Morgan agrees that the struggle is real, yo.
Word. I have a harder time with, like, unknowns, like a thing that doesn't have any name at all, like a creature or something. That's the stuff I have a harder time with. Good night, Naked Firefly. Thank you for coming. In the middle of your night. I appreciate it.
Right?
Let's see. We've got a lot of people saying they feel really good about having a good writing day, but they're harder to find today. I don't know why. See, Key said tired but elated. Tamara said I feel really pleased with myself. Absolutely badass. Unless a deadline is looming, and then I feel like I'm behind on everything and an absolute failure, like right now. Jeannie remains too keyed up and excited after she gets a lot done, and often keeps them awake for a while if it happens in the evening. I have that problem when I finish reading a book or watching a series or watching a movie that I was really into. I have to, like, go away from it for a while and process. And I don't know if I read Trinda's out loud. Tired but accomplished, in need of a break. Now I've gotten all over the place here, you guys, so if I miss you, I'm really sorry. Laurel said it's been so long since I had a really productive writing day, I'm not sure I remember what it feels like.
Give yourself new goals, more achievable ones, and go for that is what I do when nothing's coming together. If 1,600 words isn't happening, I try for 600, just to try and get momentum. And when I get like little goals met, that really builds me up. I'm very goal oriented, even if they're tiny goals and I'm the only one watching.
So Dano just popped in and said, I'm so poop.
I mean, it's been a week.
That's all it says. Just, I'm so poop. Okay, Dano.
I think she just poop emoji so does.
Good Lord.
I will say, if I've had a long day of writing, like last month when they did the 10K, I did not get 10K, but I felt I wasn't exactly high, but I felt like both exhausted and like
exhilarated.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like I could have done another, like,
wow,
whatever. And I often feel that way. If I do a long haul, or like NaNoWriMo is like that for me. I feel like I get to the end of it, and yes, I am ready to stop writing at the end of NaNoWriMo, But if I haven't finished what I'm doing, I still feel that sense of must write more.
Right.
So I think it depends on how much, like, where I am in the story and how much I've accomplished. And
I pretty much feel like how everyone looks after the tornado in Twister. That's pretty much it.
I'm very much a marathoner. I think the most I've ever done in one day is 4,000 once, and 3,000 maybe 5 times ever. So if I give myself 8 hours to write, it will take me 8 hours to get my words in. If I give myself 2 hours, it will take me 2 hours. So long stretches really don't help my word count much. But for editing sessions, sometimes, once I stop dragging my feet and get into it, I can just keep going. Depending on the type of editing. If it's line edits and maybe some copy edits and stuff, that's a lot easier than, revising the whole thing. So,
Gotcha.
But yeah, when I'm successful, I'm like, yes, I hit my goal for the day. And then it really energizes me for tomorrow to do more.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that does work for me pretty well. It kind of snowballs into...
Momentum is what keeps me going.
Yeah.
So if I don't have any, I got to start off small.
I think that is part of my problem today, is that I do have a little bit of a momentum loss because the week was so heavy at work, so I didn't get to write as long and seriously as I usually do. So
yeah.
Dana's now our leader, and we now all are so poop.
I'm down.
I am so poop.
There's a reason I'm on the recliner and not in the desk directly behind me.
So poop. All right, so let's go ahead and do our outros. And somebody streams after me, and I didn't know it until after my stream last week. Let me go look and see who the hell that was. Maybe not. Maybe somebody just picked up last week and I just didn't. Okay. There's nobody on the schedule. Anyway, so if somebody streams after me, I tried, y'all. Okay. So let's go ahead and do our outros. CJ.
I am CJ Blair. I am a writer of things, and down below you can go click on the link for my free YA fantasy serial, the South Deer Island Chronicles. And also you can click on my Twitter. I'm an excellent retweeter. And yes, that is me.
Awesome. Somebody says the Courtney Project if she said 9 Central. Okay. I don't know if I can find that because I don't think I subscribe to her. Just out myself with that. Tell everybody I don't subscribe to her. I must be the worst person alive. Here we go. I don't want to. No! Shoot. Stop talking, Courtney! Okay, sorry. I was trying not to make her talk to everybody.
That was a whole,
That was beautiful.
Okay, here's the video. Let me get the link for you guys, and then you can get over there.
The Courtney Project, but not every week, just tonight.
Okay.
So
there you go. All right, so there's her link. So she is up next. So yeah. Morgan, why don't you go ahead and do your outro? Sorry.
Hi, I'm Morgan Hazelwood. I'm a vlogger, and I write fantasy that someday will be published. Right now, I'm still trying traditional because indie scares me, and I'm too lazy. So if you want to see my writing tips and writerly musings, check me out at morganhazelwood.com or at YouTube/Morgan Hazelwood, where you can hear me ramble more than I already do. Although there, I actually have a script, so.
There you go. All right, and I am Sarah Scharnover, and I've got a ton of links down below, including my Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Snapchat, a whole bunch of other shit. Anyone, I believe, who has a blue wrench has a link down below. Also, my 2 guests have 2 links down below. And yeah, so if you haven't subscribed or hit the bell or whatever, please do those things. I did do an extra video again earlier, day before yesterday. At like 5 in the morning, because that's how I do. So
I woke up and saw that and was like, what?
Yeah, I was in a mood. I was tired of Twitter telling me shit, and it was pissing me off.
I roll into my day job at like 10 a.m. So
yeah, my sleep schedule's just wonky right now. I don't know. So, oh, you're the leader, Dana. You don't have any fucking choice now. Now you're in charge. You fucked up. Now you're in charge.
You fucked up. Now you're in charge.
All right. Well, we will see you guys all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye. If it'll ever let it end, but it won't. All right. There we go. We're done.